Hey everyone! Today, we're tackling a question I see all the time. Can you really restore your microbiome in just 7 days? We all love the idea of a quick reset, a 7-day fix to get our health back on track. But is that actually possible when it comes to something as complex as our gut? We're going to dive deep into what the science says and what you can realistically achieve. All the information in today's video is referenced from reputable sources, and I'll make sure to link to them for you in the description below. So, let's talk about the gut. Inside you right now, there are about 100 trillion tiny organisms, bacteria, fungi, and more, that make up your gut microbiome. This community isn't just sitting there, it's incredibly active, influencing everything from your digestion and your immune system to even your weight. In fact, doctors have noticed that things like weight gain or high blood sugar as we get older can often be a sign that this inner ecosystem isn't as diverse or healthy as it used to be. Life happens, right? You might get sick and need a round of antibiotics. While these drugs are often necessary, they can be like a bomb going off in your gut, disrupting that complex ecosystem and seriously cutting down the variety of good bacteria. The good news is our bodies are incredibly resilient. The gut can and does bounce back. The catch? It usually takes months to recover properly, not just a week. As the experts say, no shortcuts to good gut health. It really comes down to diet and time. If a full recovery takes months, you might be wondering, well, what's the point of focusing on just 1 week? And that's a great question. The key is to set small, achievable goals for these first 7 days. Think of this week not as a magic reset button, but as the first step on a longer journey. It's about planting the seeds for better health down the road. The exciting part is that what you eat starts to influence your gut bacteria almost immediately. Seriously, your very next high-fiber meal can begin to shift things in the right direction. So the main goal for this first week is to boost the diversity of your gut microbes. Scientists agree that a richer mix of bacteria is a healthier one. While you won't completely transform your gut in 7 days, you might start to notice some nice, subtle improvements, like less bloating or smoother digestion. Just remember, this is only the beginning. So, how do we start planting those seeds? For the next 7 days, the focus should be on whole, plant-rich foods and building good habits. First and foremost, you've got to load up on fiber. I'm talking about filling your plate with vegetables, fruits, whole grains, beans, nuts, and seeds every single day. These foods are packed with fiber and special compounds called polyphenols that your good gut microbes absolutely love to eat. Think of fiber as a prebiotic. It's basically fertilizer for your good bacteria. When your microbes munch on this fiber, they produce compounds that help reduce inflammation in your body. You should be aiming for about 21 to 38 grams of fiber a day, which is what experts at Harvard recommend for adults. This isn't as hard as it sounds. You can easily add veggies like onions, garlic, and peppers to your pasta sauces or soups. Choose whole grain or multigrain bread instead of white bread. Some fantastic sources of fiber are leafy greens, berries, beans, oats, sweet potatoes, and lentils. Next up, let's talk about fermented foods. These are your probiotics, the seeds to go with your prebiotic fertilizer. Things like yogurt with live cultures, kefir, sauerkraut, kimchi, and even some pickles are full of beneficial live bacteria. Making these a daily habit can help boost the diversity of your gut bacteria. If you're feeling adventurous, making your own yogurt or sauerkraut at home can be even better because the homemade versions often keep more of those live bacteria. When you're at the store, look for labels that say live in active cultures and make sure to keep them in the fridge. The shelf-stable stuff often uses vinegar for preservation, not live cultures. An interesting bonus of fermentation is that it can make food easier to digest. Take sourdough bread, for example. The fermentation process used to make the starter actually breaks down some of the compounds in the grain that can be tough on our systems. This means you can absorb more nutrients and might experience less bloating. Now, this next one sounds simple, but it's crucial. Stay hydrated. Drinking enough water, around 4 to 6 cups a day or more, depending on your needs, keeps things moving through your digestive tract and helps prevent constipation. Being dehydrated can actually change your gut bacteria for the worse, so keep a water bottle handy and sip throughout the day. Let's also rethink our snacks. It's so easy to reach for salty chips or a sugary cookie, but for this week, try swapping those out for a handful of mixed nuts and seeds. Almonds, walnuts, pistachios, flax seeds, pumpkin seeds, these are all fantastic choices. They provide healthy fats and more of that all-important fiber to support your gut bacteria. A great, simple breakfast idea is to sprinkle some berries and seeds over your cereal or yogurt. This brings me to what we need to cut back on. The typical modern Western diet, with its high levels of sugar and processed fats, unfortunately does the opposite of what we want. It tends to starve our good microbes and feed the harmful ones instead. So, for your 7-day reset, try to avoid sodas, sweets, fried foods, and those super sweetened coffee drinks. A diet high in sugar and low in fiber is a recipe for inflammation. Even in just a week of cutting these out, you'll likely feel a positive difference, like having more energy and less bloating. And it's not just about what you eat. Your lifestyle plays a huge role too. Gentle, daily movement is fantastic for your gut. You don't have to run a marathon. We're talking about a brisk walk, a bike ride, or some yoga. Studies show that physical activity can positively influence your gut bacteria and support your metabolism. Just aiming for 20 to 30 minutes of moderate activity most days this week is a great goal. Finally, let's not forget the powerful connection between our gut and our brain. Chronic stress and a lack of sleep can both do a number on your gut health. Research has directly linked poor sleep and high stress levels to a less healthy mix of gut bacteria. So, make it a priority to get 7 to 8 hours of quality sleep each night. Try to stick to a consistent sleep schedule and find simple ways to manage your stress, whether it's deep breathing exercises, a short walk outside, or sipping on some soothing tea. Now, a big question that comes up is about probiotic supplements versus just getting them from food. We see these pills everywhere, but the research is a bit complicated. It might surprise you to learn that taking probiotic pills, especially right after a course of antibiotics, can sometimes delay your gut's natural recovery. A study from UCLA found that when people took probiotics after antibiotics, the supplement strains could take over and actually slow down the return of the person's own unique native microbiome. So, the safest and often most effective strategy is to focus on feeding your gut with food first. That means a combination of prebiotic fibers from plants and probiotic-rich fermented foods. Experts from Harvard have noted that diets rich in fermented foods actually increased gut bacteria diversity and lowered inflammation markers more effectively than just a high-fiber diet alone. The takeaway? It's best to do both. For most of us, a daily serving of yogurt or kefir, along with a diet full of fiber, provides a solid foundation without the need for expensive supplements. This is especially important if you are recovering from antibiotics. As we talked about, those medications can really deplete the number and variety of your gut microbes. Your gut will recover, but it takes time, often several months, for that healthy balance to be fully restored. And this process can be even slower for older adults. It can be tempting to look for a quick fix, but please stay away from so-called colon cleanses or extreme detoxes. The Mayo Clinic warns that these have no proven benefits. Your body is designed to clear out waste on its own, and these cleanses can even be dangerous. The best advice, echoed by doctors at UCLA, is to gently nurture your gut back to health by feeding it well with a wide variety of plant foods and fermented foods. A little yogurt each day is fine, but don't expect a pill to magically undo months of disruption. So, what does this all look like in practice? Let's map out a sample 7-day approach. Remember, this isn't about a rigid, perfect plan. It's about consistently making gut-friendly choices. First, aim to have plants at every single meal. For these 7 days, try to make about half your plate vegetables, a quarter of it whole grains like brown rice or quinoa, and the last quarter a healthy protein like beans or fish. Every meal should have that fibrous produce. So maybe one morning you have oatmeal with berries and nuts for breakfast. For lunch the next day, a big leafy salad topped with beans. Second, include 1 serving of a fermented food each day. This could be a cup of yogurt or kefir, a few tablespoons of sauerkraut with your dinner, or even a mug of miso soup. Even a small amount adds those beneficial live bacteria to your system. Third, stay on top of your hydration. Keep that water bottle with you and aim for about 1.5 to 2 liters a day. And remember to choose water over sugary sodas or juices. Fourth, make your snacks smart. Swap out the chips and cookies for fresh fruit, carrot sticks with hummus, a handful of mixed nuts, or some plain Greek yogurt. These give you nutrients and fiber without the sugar crash. Fifth, get moving every day. A simple 20-minute walk can do wonders. A little stroll after dinner can even help with digestion. And sixth, establish a sleep routine. Try to keep your bedtime and wake-up time consistent. aiming for that sweet spot of 7 to 8 hours of sleep per night. Good sleep helps your gut just as much as it helps your brain. By the end of this week, you should start to notice some small wins. Maybe your digestion feels a little more regular, maybe you're less bloated, or you have a bit more energy. These are the early signs that you're creating a healthier, friendlier environment for your gut. It can be really helpful to jot down what you ate and how you felt each day. It's a great way to reinforce these new positive habits. The most important thing to remember is that a true gut healing journey extends far beyond these first 7 days. This week is your launching pad. The goal is to keep these habits going for the long term. A balanced, varied diet, day in and day out, is what truly builds a strong and resilient microbiome. As you move forward, try to gradually expand the variety of plants you eat. A great goal is to try and eat 20 to 30 different types of plant foods each week. And listen, life happens. If you have an off day or indulge a little, don't get discouraged. It's not about perfection. Just get right back on track with your next meal, focusing on that fiber and those fermented foods. Above all, be patient with yourself and with the process. As all the experts emphasize, there are no shortcuts to good gut health. You've made a fantastic start in these 7 days, but it's the long-term consistency that will deliver the most significant benefits. Over time, as your microbiome becomes stronger and more stable, you'll likely see even more profound improvements in your digestion, your energy levels, and maybe even your mood and immune system. The changes won't happen overnight, but with steady, consistent effort, your gut will definitely thank you. Thanks so much for watching today. I hope this gives you a realistic and empowering way to approach your gut health. If you found this helpful, please give the video a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe for more evidence-based health tips. Take care, and I'll see you in the next video.